This is Johnny Wrestling, Johnny Gargano, and you are listening to the Bob Culture Podcast.
Nothing between the lines of the page or at a time. Forgiveness is for angels with its angel spell and a line that's in no second chance or redemption can be found. 'Cause you can't have the devil and the devil is running you down.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome into a very special Mania Club edition of the BCP. Very excited to welcome in at this time. He is one of our friends over at Mania Club representing Connor's Cure. We're going to talk about all the great stuff they do ahead of next month's Pediatric Cancer Awareness Month. I want to thank this man for taking the time. Coming on, Mr. Ashontay Owens. Ashontay, welcome in. Applause track. How are you, man?
Man, I'm good. Thanks for having me on, man. How are you? How are things?
I'm good, man. It's very it's timely, man. Kind of almost like I don't want to say serendipitous, but just it's crazy, man. One of our guys, Justin Carino over at ISPW here in Jersey, his son was just diagnosed with leukemia. So they have a GoFundMe, guys. If you're listening right now, hit up that GoFundMe. Check it out on Justin's page. It'll be on my page as well. They're raising a lot of money as their kids battling leukemia. It's so crazy. I talked to Justin yesterday. We have a couple things we're auctioning up. I'll show those in a little bit because we're getting ready for Pediatric Cancer Awareness Month. We love to work with Connor's Cure, man. And, I had you guys booked for today, man. And I just thought the timing was so crazy. If you could just tell us a little bit about what you guys do over at Mania Club for those that don't know and your involvement with Connor's Cure and all that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I co-own Mania Club with my partner, Gary Fonseca. We have a team of amazing community managers throughout our community. Our community is about 6,000 people strong, just all walks of life all over the world. So our group was created back in 2016 at WrestleMania 32. It honestly, legit started with a hot dog and a slice of pizza.
Really?
Yeah, not even kidding. So I joined a Facebook group called the WrestleMania Hangout Group that was created by another previous member, Brandon Kelly. And a couple months before WrestleMania happened, he was just like, hey, man, you want to put together a tailgate or something like that? And I was like, sure, we can just meet up and do whatever. So then we met up with Gary at the tailgate. That's where I met him. And, people were just walking up to this tailgate and we were cooking all this food. We walked over to Walmart, grabbed one of those grills. We rolled that shit back to the tailgate site. People were, just bringing all sorts of food. And then people that didn't bring any type of food were like, hey, we didn't know about this, so we didn't bring anything. Would you mind if we just gave you $10 or whatever to have a plate? And we're like, yeah, it's no problem. And so, right before the doors opened, we had $3,000 in our pocket. And we're like, what are we going to do with all this money? We just can't keep it. We should do something with it. And so Connor's Cure was a charity that just got formed because of Connor Mahalik. And I was just like, it hit me. I was like, why don't we just donate it to Connor's Cure? And so there we go. And it started from there. And then next thing you know, WrestleMania 33 Orlando, we kind of got a little bit bigger. It was still kind of bring your own food and we'll grill it. But then once we hit WrestleMania 34 in New Orleans, we just blew up. We started catering all of the food, doing all you can eat, all you can drink, very, very organized events. And, here we are today, WrestleMania 38, the largest tailgate we ever had. We had about 3,000 people there worth of foot traffic. WWE came out, the V Foundation came out, they gave a speech. It was amazing. We had Hit Row there, Shane Douglas Promotions, and we had a ton of people out there. And we streamed NXT on day one of the tailgate, since it was a 2-day, huge TV that was suspended in the air. so that, all the attendees could watch, NXT, eat their food. We catered through Pecan Lodge, which is the best barbecue in Texas, voted. So I mean, we got it in, man. We got it in. And then we held it at Texas Rangers, one of their parking lots. So just the coordination and just our team of Mania Club administrators and community managers just pulling together and making sure we get this thing done, because we haven't had anything, because of COVID. So, at 2 years, this is our first, time back. So we had to go big, and we knocked it out of the park. And man, I think in that campaign, we earned a little over $30,000, like $30,800 for our fiscal campaign. So, man, we got after it that year, man.
That's awesome. I love everything about that story, especially because it involves food and barbecue and all that stuff. That's how it happened. What's your specialty? Do you work the grill, or do you bring anything? Like, do you have like a specialty that you like? We like food here.
Yeah. Oh man, dude, I'm a huge foodie. I'm opening a restaurant here in Oklahoma City. So
really? Plug it, please.
Yeah. Crimson Milk, baby. Freaking gourmet grilled cheese sandwiches, gourmet shakes, and gourmet cheesecakes. Yeah, it's gonna be legit. Everybody that my friends that know about it, they've had it. They know, they're believers. So, but my specialty is organizing the event.
Yeah.
We got our tails handed to us in Orlando at 33, because you know how hot Florida gets, and it's terrible. So once you mix that with April with a grill, man, we got destroyed. And like, I'm African American already, but I tan, like I just get straight black because I got the built-in melanin, so I just got destroyed. Gary's face was all red. My friend Frankie, his face was all red. So that's why we decided to move to a different type of construct with catering the event and just going all out and just having other people do the work, so.
Love it. Hey, we're coming to Philly. What? Not this Mania, but the next Mania. So that's close to my area. I'm in Jersey. So if you guys are out here, the BCP boys will be out there. We'll bring some food. We'll help out, whatever you guys need. I'm excited. I just want to hang out with all you. You got a great team. DeMario, all these great times. Tell us a little bit about the members and like the founding fathers, as you said, of Mania Club, because you guys do some great things and you work hand in hand with a lot of great WWE talent as well.
We do. First and foremost, Gary Fonseca. I mean, we've taken this group from giving it an actual personality and branding it into Mania Club, because we were just called the WrestleMania Hangout Group, but giving it a typeface and allowing people to say, okay, because our logo means something. I mean, people just see the black, white, red logo and, they're like, oh, okay, but it actually has meaning behind it. But me and Gary, we're, constantly looking at evolving. And then we added on shortly after that, Anthony Fonseca, his brother, people know him as Bert. And he really just took us into an entirely different level. He's a graphic designer by trade. And so we started doing things and organizing designs for shirts and jerseys. And of course, now the Mania Club jersey is infamous. I mean, everybody looks forward to the different designs every year because it changes with the city, and it's very, very eclectic in the way that he goes about the method in creating these jerseys. It's ridiculous. So he's a lot of the personality and the I guess the creativity around the group and how we center that and base our foundation on that. So he's a huge important part of that. We brought on shortly after that Dustin Dent, and he is just a powerhouse in our community group because he's constantly, I swear the dude doesn't sleep. Like, we'll be getting messages at 2 and 3 in the morning on Messenger, and he's just like, hey, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, go to bed, bro. Like, go to sleep, but he's amazing. And then shortly after that, we brought on Tito, and Tito he's just been so freaking amazing and so passionate about the cause. And he's pulled his work just like off the charts, with just the legwork and always making sure we reach out and enforcing like, hey, this is what we do. This is who we are, because you got to have a quote unquote, a sergeant at arms. It's my military term speaking, a person that can facilitate structure when we do these live events and things on the page. And then after that, we've had several different moderators and stuff. So I'll just go through the ones that are current now. But we brought on Narsau, and during COVID, he was instrumental. Him, BJ Wright, and Ethan Guerreva, they were instrumental in raising funds and generating just that level of excitement and enthusiasm from all of our members with all of the vignettes and all of the competitions that we would have and the promo battles and everything. So I thought that it would be a good thing to bring him on board and just say, hey, man, you're good at, dredging up, just what's the word?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then just, stuff in the group. So he would be great for that. Yeah. And after Norris, we brought on Ethan too, simultaneous with him because they're a team in what they do. Engagement is the word I was looking for. They bring up a huge amount of engagement. And then right now we have Demario North, and Demario it was hard to sync him, man. It was real hard to sync Demario because Demario's that person that doesn't like to be in the spotlight, even though he is.
Yeah, I can tell. Yeah.
Yeah, he does things out of the kindness and goodness of his heart. He doesn't want to ever really receive any types of kudos about anything that he's done because it's not about him. So we make it a point to really blow him up whenever he does like the smallest thing. Oh, you woke up today? Like everybody, like Demario woke up. He's good. Like, so just to put him out there just because he hates it. Yeah. But he's really great. Got a great amount of connections that he levies for us. And he really helps put us and Give Kids the World, our partners, on a whole different type of level. So I think collectively between all of our members, our community managers, our admins, we are just out here killing it.
Love it. That's amazing, man. We appreciate you all. And again, a lot of wrestling fans obviously watching the show. Shameless promo, guys. If you don't know what Connor's Cure is, we mentioned like Jimmy V Foundation, kind of a subsidiary of that. This is focusing on helping kids who are battling different kinds of cancers right now. We had seen, obviously Connor on WWE television, and this was all started in Mania Club. Does a great job doing all that. Ashontay, I wanted to ask you about this new kind of thing that you guys got going on at the actual WWE live events. We definitely, when you guys come around Northeast again, we want to try to have the BCP boys like come help out. Plus, I just want to shake your hand and get to meet you. But tell everyone about this, some of this new stuff that you guys are doing where you're actually coming out to the WWE events. Yeah,
sure. So right now it's kind of like a trial period. It's not something that's kind of set in stone. I'll get to that in a minute. But as you know, PCAN, or Pediatric Cancer Awareness Month, we call it PCAN, is upon us here in the next week or so. And Connor's Cure was made way back 2015, if I'm not mistaken. Connor Mahalik, 8-year-old little boy that died from medulloblastoma. And, Stephanie and Triple H were just so moved by, this kid's charisma and just character at such a young age that, they wanted to do something to honor him. And so they created Connor's Cure. And in doing so, raising money for pediatric cancer and Connor's Cure, a lot of people think, oh, it just goes to cancer research, but it actually doesn't. 100% of the proceeds that are donated to Connor's Cure go towards families and research. So a lot of people don't understand that, hey, if you have a child or someone going through pediatric cancer, yes, hospital bills are tremendous, but so is, keeping the lights on or keeping food on your table. So a lot of the times the money that we donate goes towards food vouchers and stuff and utility bills for these families so that they can strictly focus on their child being, provided their treatment. So it goes for just much more than just research. And I like to highlight that because those things are very important. You think you're giving $5 for it to go in somebody's pocket. Really, you're not. You're actually paying $5 for somebody's bill that is heavily needed. Switching gears, we partner with WWE in a lot of different things. This last venture was with, in support of PCAN, we partnered with them and Tip Tap Pay. And Tip Tap Pay is just a little device that you wear around your neck. It's got a money denomination on it. It might be $5, $10, $2, $1, whatever you set it at. And the whole goal is to have somebody go up, you tap your credit card on that, and it instantly makes a donation towards whatever it is that you want. In this instance, it was a donation towards Connor's Cure. So we, in this partnership, about 2 weeks ago, we went to Washington, D.C., and we tried this out the very first time it had ever been tried out in WWE history. We gained a little over $700. And to put that in perspective, at $5 per donation. It was about 140 donations, and Capital One Arena is not that big, and it's really hard to get out there and dredge up, that excitement when nobody really knows you. WWE did their best to put on vignettes and public service announcements and things of that nature, but people are tight. People are tight, so it's almost like you're selling something and trying to get people to buy into what you're doing in such a short amount of time, because we had a very short window to get this stuff done. So kudos to all of the volunteers. There were 17 volunteers that helped out with this. I flew up there just to help out. My wife, she works at have to plug her. She works at the Pentagon. So it was a work trip.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, I'm about to accompany her. I mean, she did go do some work at the Pentagon that next day, that Tuesday. So it wasn't like all null and void, but I was like, oh yeah, that was a way for us to go up there and get a free trip out of it. So it's kind of twofold, but
it's perfect.
It was definitely, it wasn't difficult, but it was definitely a challenge trying to get that. And we couldn't just pick anybody. We had to pick people who could tell the Connor's Cure story, talk about Connor, talk about Mania Club, talk about our mission, and everything that we do. So that's a venture. I don't know if they're going to continue on with that or not. There were some good lessons learned and some feedback that we all learned. I have no doubt that they'll improve and come up with something a little bit better. But just Mania Club in general, here we are, a couple guys that just started this thing grassroots out of nowhere, now being official partners of WWE, and them calling us and saying, "Hey, I need you. I need help. I need like, what can you do for this?" It's nice when you have the executive vice president's number on speed dial. It's just nice. I can't lie. So
you guys are doing amazing work. And just a little bit about you, man, to get you to know you a little bit better, man. Where's your love from for the business come from? Do you have favorite guys that you watched growing up, or do you keep up with the current product or anything like that?
Man, I was born in Germany. I'm a military kid.
Really?
Yeah, born in Germany, born in Heidelberg, and I'm also retired Air Force. So
wow, thank you for your service, man.
Yeah. I have a huge military family, 4 brothers, 1 sister, my dad, uncles, everybody was in the military at some point. I moved to the States when I was 9 years old, and my dad, of course, he's older. He knew what wrestling was, and those guys were big back in the day, Hogan and Warrior and whatnot. And he took me to a wrestling match at the Omaha Civic Auditorium when it was open. And the first match I ever saw was Taker versus Warrior. And
Nice.
it was just a little house show. I think it was WWE In Your House. I didn't know what anything was. I just knew that I just loved it, what I saw. And then I saw it on TV again not too long after that. And I was like, oh my gosh, there's a show. And then I just kept with it ever since. And then lo and behold, I'm going to a WrestleMania one year. I believe it was Santa Clara, WrestleMania 31. And I'm on the same flight as Warrior's wife, Dana. And we just sitting next to her. We just got to chopping it up and talking. And that's why her and I are, decently close right now. And that's why I have my Ultimate Warrior.
Oh, no way. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, man. We just got, good relationship building there. So I try to, whenever we go into town, we try to meet up with her and have some coffee, or just at least say, hey, she's busy. So, yeah, that's where my love came from. I do watch the product now. For a while there, it got stale. I'm not going to lie. It got stale. It's the same old, same old. I'm not an AEW fan. I've still never seen a match to this day. I probably will never watch a match. It's hard enough trying to keep up with 3 hours of Raw with my life and my family, let alone trying to squeeze another product in there. But now it's make wrestling great again is the mantra that seems to be about, because Paul and Stephanie are changing the game on a lot of things. So it's definitely interesting. I'm watching again. I'm like a kid. This is all new to me again. Like, it's great. It is great.
It's an exciting time. Yeah, I'm calling it # the game changer era. People are calling it the black and gold Raw. I'm here for it. Johnny just came back. That's our guy. We just had him on the show. We saw him at a con. He was so nice to spend a few minutes with us. So we're very excited, man. It's so great to be a fan, man. And I'm glad that you're a fan. I'm glad that you took a few minutes for us, man. And thank you for taking time out of your day, man. But before we get out of here, bro, shameless promo. Tell everyone how they can get involved with Mania Club, and more importantly, donate to the cause and Connor's Cure and all that great stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Pediatric cancer doesn't affect just, one person. It affects us all in one way, shape, or form. So, donating is a huge effort that is not taken lightly by any of the families or anybody that works at the V Foundation or within Connor's Cure. It's very, very important because people have to understand that every dollar spent is saved, and they are literally helping to save lives and change the world of a lot of these kids and a lot of the parents too, because the parents are affected just as, not just as much, but they're affected in their own way. So we have our annual campaign set up for Mania Club through the V Foundation with a link. It's just Mania Club /V or V Foundation, www.v.org/Mania Club. And if you can't remember that, or if I messed it up, if you just go on to the V Foundation, you type in Mania Club in the search, it'll pull it right up. I'm on there all the time. Our group Mania Club, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter. Just type in Mania Club, you're going to find us. So we are around for sure.
You guys are great. It's a great group too. A lot of opportunities to get some, cool merch. Everything again goes right to the cause. It's amazing. I got to pick up a jersey. Those jerseys are legit every time I see them. So I got to pick one of those up. And Ashontay, just thank you so much for taking time out of your day, man, for all the great work you've done in the past, the great work that you're doing right now, man. And I hope to maybe Philly WrestleMania. I hope to shake your hand one day, man. Thank you so much for taking a few minutes, bro.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be there because I got to go to Sonny's and I got to get me a cheesesteak and all that. So I'm gonna definitely be there. Philly is my spot, man. It is my spot.
Right. We'll run the Rocky steps together. There we go.
We get tired, but yeah, we're going.
I love it. Ashontay, thank you so much for coming on, man, and just continue success to you guys. Thank you for all you do. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
Thank you. And guys, like we always say here on the BCP, everyone stay safe, stay positive.